am Mia, and I am here today with Sebastien from the Sandbox, the co-founder of the Sandbox. Hi Sam, do you still remember how we get connected at the first time?
Hi Mia, it's good to see you in person finally. I think it's been 4 years almost.
Yes, 3 years, over 3 years I believe.
I believe you were organizing already some events for NFTs and blockchain gaming in mainland China. I remember you were running this event with Whale Shark. We've been a big collector of he's been a big collector of lands and a big landowner and pushing forward Sandbox in general and many projects back in the days, and so he introduced us, and we liked the way you work, the way you created physical events and managed the community.
Yeah, glad you still remember that.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, so I think 3 years is just time flies. It's already 3 years, and we have seen the Sandbox has grown from a stretch to one of the largest metaverse gaming in the space. So it's really incredible to see the project has grown so big. So I think from the first question that I would want to know is that how do you guys have the idea to study the Sandbox, and how do you decided to transform from a Web2 company to a Web3 company?
So, originally Sandbox was a mobile game.
Yes.
We wanted to empower anyone to become a creator and use new technology. So back then, smartphone came in, and we were playing around the touch screen, and we brought that simple game made by one developer in Argentina, from Flash on Congregate to the mobile, letting people just drop pixel with our finger and play with many elements from the periodic table and share that creation in the gallery. It became very successful rapidly. We had 1 million installed in a week, and then 40 million installed over time. And over 8 years, we made 60 updates, adding many elements for your enemies, platform, doors, etc. Players shared over 70 million creation for others. But we also had a frustration. In a way, we were very close to those creators. They were doing amazing things, spending time, and yet, even though we were giving them recognition, featuring them in a gallery, they were leaving the game.
Okay.
So somehow, we felt something was missing, and that's something. After talking to the creator, was they needed to be recognized not just for fame, but also in a way to get some monetization for the time they spent, while they contributed to the success of the game. Unfortunately, the platform doesn't allow that. Doesn't allow you to pay a user or to share your revenue. So. We had no way to resolve that really in a scalable manner until we found in 2017 blockchain. So I've been an entrepreneur together with my co-founder Arthur Madrid. We always been pioneers in new technology. So we explored blockchain, we looked at how it works, etc. And then we came CryptoKitties. First blockchain game with NFTs. Maybe you remember still those virtual cats that you breed, get new cats. And what was original with that game is you actually didn't buy the cats from the developer, but from other players. And not where did you buy them? Not in the game itself, but on a marketplace outside called OpenSea. And those two things, actually, that was thanks to NFTs. And then we figure out wow, with NFT, people can sell to each other, and people can sell outside of a game the content. That was really new. And we found okay, let's combine NFTs and user-generated content. If anyone can make their NFTs, they could monetize their creation and then use those creation with a game maker, publish it, monetize it. And that's when we started to rework on a new version of Sandbox, this time multi-platform, 3D, using blockchain. And it's been, like you said, 4 years, almost 5, that we've been launching different products, the 3D editor, Vox Edit, the game maker, no code, the marketplace, the map, the client, the avatar. And Sandbox has grown until where we are today. We have more than 400 partners, 23,500 landowners, 4.6 million accounts with a wallet. It's been a great journey.
Yeah, it's incredible. Have you feel any differences? From yourself and also the project itself and also the whole broader gaming ecosystem since the beginning when you started the project till now?
So from the beginning of Sandbox, our mission is always to empower anyone to become a creator. and we've been really close to those creators. We feel like this is our mission to be like creator driven, and today is still the same. Like we meet with creators, we work with them to help them launch their experience, and wherever I travel, I get to speak at various conferences. Now Sandbox has a greater recognition in the audience. Many people are already using Sandbox or know Sandbox or have learned in Sandbox. Yeah. So that's exciting. But at the end, it's with the creators that we connect in different regions. And I haven't been here in Hong Kong for 3 years due to COVID and travel restriction. We just had yesterday a partner day. You were there, you felt the energy of the room, you felt the excitement from the builder studio, but also the brands, the landowners. I feel like this is something that has a potential to scale much more, because we've been so focused into building and showcasing the utility of the NFTs and what people can do with their land, with their avatar, and the kind of experience they can play, that is becoming more mainstream and attractive.
Yeah, so I can feel that you are really close to the community and embrace everybody's work and their contribution, etc. I feel that have you ever been? I mean, the entrepreneurship is kind of hard way to go, and also as you mentioned before, you kind of frustrated because of the community. They cannot monetize their work, right? So, is there any other thing that frustrated you, or that you feel devastated during the journey? Because I know it's like hard time for the Sandbox is that the Sandbox is acquired by the Animoca with a relatively low evaluation, right? Is that deep that the Sandbox has been experienced, or any other scenarios?
All right, so a few things. First, like we work hard. Sandbox has now roughly 450 people around the world in 9 locations, and I don't find it hard. I just find like, of course, we have so many people who want to do things and projects in Sandbox, then how do we serve them better? How do we ensure that what we deliver as product can allow them to bring to life their idea? And my main frustration is like are we building things fast enough? Well, the market and the creator of those ideas and projects. So always frustrated, maybe that we need more engineers, we need more developers for the platform to come faster. But then I realized, it's only 4 years in this journey. Other competitors, it took them 15 years to be where they are. So let's just be consistently building, shipping like we do, and things should come up. Now, back to the acquisition by Animoca Brands, it was in 2018. Actually, Animoca Brands is an integral part of the success of Sandbox and its recognition. We are part of the Animoca Brands group. My previous game company, together with my co-founder, has been acquired by Animoca Brands. And what we decided is that game studio was doing many games, city builders and Sandbox. We took Sandbox out of that game studio to create its own entity. And then we started to fundraise, and we had Animoca Brands as a majority shareholder into that entity that managed Sandbox. Into July 2019, we raised the first round with True Global Venture, Hashed, Square Enix, Animoca Brand, and a few other investors. Then we did the Series B in November 2021, where we raised $93 million with SoftBank.
Yeah.
And Animoca Brand has been a strong supporter, explaining as well as they speak around the world, using Sandbox as a showcase of a concrete example of NFTs. And today, and you saw yesterday on the panel, we had Evan from Animoca Brand, as well as Alan, that spoke about their approach to building a Web3 ecosystem and what they are doing with Sandbox and the new Mocaverse project, for example.
I think those kind of investors must be one of the reasons of the Sandbox success, right? And besides that, the intensive engagement with the community is definitely one of that. So what kind of other stuff you think the Sandbox has done right to make it one of the best metaverse gaming in the space?
I think it's it's still early to talk about success. We have so much to accomplish, right? Like I want to keep growing Sandbox, push for more decentralization. One of our main big goals this year is to allow landowners to publish directly, self-publish on their land, opening them. So that's coming in Q3. In 2024, we're looking at mobile. So we have still big milestone until Sandbox become a large success. Success or where we are in this journey, it's probably a combination of many factors. Choosing, having the right investor or raising at the right time with the market. This strategy around like how we release lands instead of selling all the lands in Sandbox 100% at the beginning, taking our time to build great content, to curate small portion, and always having a new angle, a new thematic, a new neighborhood, working to create this multi-region map. We see the metaverse as a global digital nation, and we've seen a lot of interest from like culture, like countries like Korea love to have the K-verse, Turkey loves the Turkeyverse. Here, Megacity 1, then 2, then 3 shows that Hong Kong and Greater China wants to have its region and be neighbors from each other. That really works. Being also an open metaverse platform, working to enable more interoperability in the space has also been like a major moment that has positioned Sandbox as really something that adds a lot of value to all the Web3 projects in the space, because the holder, those communities, they have NFTs. Most of the time, they're still looking for what can be the utility for those NFTs. They could be just images. And when users connect their wallet that holds those NFT into Sandbox, suddenly those 2D characters become 3D playable characters. Your avatar, you can run, jump, dance, express yourself. You can meet the other member of the community, chat with them, play games, create your world and earn rewards. So it adds a lot of engagement and fun for those community. And we support more than 45 of the most popular NFT collection like Bored Ape, Cool Cat, CloneX, World of Women, many others that but suddenly benefited from that. So many people now see Sandbox as like this creative virtual world where people can build games and experiences and can play with their NFTs. So they look up to partner with Sandbox in that sense. And we are, in a decentralized world, we are like the partner that adds value to the NFTs from all those decentralized projects.
Yeah, so I think the Sandbox is one of the projects that has the most like Web2 partners and also Web3 partners as well. So during the journey to like to make the partnership with them, is there anything or experience that you have the most impression about?
But you are so right in saying like we have more than 400 brands touching entertainment, gaming, music. So you think of like Ubisoft, Atari, Warner Music, Gucci, also like music label from Korea, like SM Entertainment, Cube, and many content. And we're always an easy way for them to learn about Web3 and Metaverse with simple use case. They start having a land, they create we organize a land sale so people can become their virtual neighbor. They launch a collection of NFT, which is an avatar most of the time as the entry point for their audience to begin playing and interacting. And as the audience use this avatar within those experiences we build, that can be social hub or games, they earn exclusive rewards in the form of token or NFTs, the value from the brands that they love. In a way, they don't need to build a technology, they just focus on the content, on the fun, on the creativity. They allow their community to co-create with them their presence, and they learn a lot because we have the team that explain them and follow these on a weekly basis with the brand, what they can do, how they can connect with other brands in Web3, and how they can be part of that whole Web3 culture.
May I ask, what is the project that have the longest process to sell the partnership?
Well, at the beginning, like you remember, it took us roughly a year to sign the first partner. Like we had The Walking Dead, Atari, Care Bears. They were some of the very first we announced. And it's true, like, but nobody know what an NFT is. And well, they were not certain, like, do they want to enable people to use NFT to create non-official content that they can publish on their own land. So it was a long process, but progressively, as more and more partners came in and they could see the concrete use case and example that we launched, they've become more confident. And now, like, not only they see the use case, but we have first round of partners who launch and have success metrics that show that they've been able to engage their audience much longer in the space, that they have driven, like, for example, between 30 minutes to 1 hour a day on average per user of their playtime, which is amazing when you think compared to Web2, where you just spend seconds to minutes. Those are things that they can speak about internally. They also we've run so many game jams from Atari, Warner Music, Smurf, Care Bears, so they've seen the creativity of the community and they love it. And avatar collection as well, like we've launched official avatars from Snoop Dogg, from Steve Aoki, from Care Bears, from the rabbits as well. They're super cute. For Gordon Ramsay from Hell's Kitchen, and we have each collection is really unique in a way, so each avatar doesn't look like any other. It keeps pushing, creating a more diverse, inclusive, really unique and refreshing metaverse where like people you see is definitely a kind of people or what you see in the real world. So that creates also something pretty unique in a sense as you enter Sandbox.
Okay, got it. So there is also a way that people comparing Web2 gaming projects and also the Web3 gaming project that about the data. They will claim the DAU of the Web3 projects is a little bit low comparing to the Web2, etc. And also they are saying the Sandbox have a really low DAU, etc. So how do you respond to that? And do you think DAU is the right metric to value the project or blockchain project in the status quo right now?
The first thing I say is like, look, Sandbox as a platform is still in beta. We haven't fully opened everything.
Yeah.
We're only on PC and Mac. We're not yet on mobile. That will come next year. People can come and play events, meaning roughly there's like 5-10 experiences that are available when you enter Sandbox. Again, Q3, any landowner can publish on their land an experience. So that's really the moment where we are going to see more players and because more content will be available. So right now I still feel like we're in a slow growth phase in a sense, in the early stage because of those two factors. If you look at only like a PC Mac desktop application with the number of active users and engagement of Sandbox, we'll probably rank in the top 500 Steam game, for example, which is not too bad, right? The second thing is I think they might not understand that you don't compare like metrics. There's been some misunderstanding as well that's been propagated by a press that understood like daily active users versus number of buyers. So basically they thought that like having the number of transactions happening on the blockchain, which is a public transparent database, so every number is transparent there, is a representation of how people are engaging. But we never have been pushing monetization. We never said that the metaverse was for e-commerce or shopping first. Like that will come later. We always think of the metaverse like going to a theme park, going to a shopping mall, going to a public place. You come, you hang around with people, you spend time, you visit, and maybe you make a purchase if something is interesting, but you don't transact all the time. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of life, a lot of activities and engagement in every experience we launch. People are running around, jumping around, collecting, completing quests. You can see in the chat they are chatting, but they are not yet necessarily buying or making transactions. So we're confident that the metrics we have are solid and will keep growing as we reach those future milestones. And we just keep building a feature that will drive even more fun, more creative possibilities for the creator, and it will come.
Okay, I noticed one thing that you mentioned twice is that people can release their own lens later on in the next quarter, I believe. So do you think this kind of suggestion or this kind of structure will lower the value of the lens right now?
Oh, okay. So no, on the contrary, I think like now that land will be open, it will drive more creators to launch their experience. It will drive more activities for the builder studio who might serve, because we are no longer the bottleneck for experience to go live. And that can happen because land is like part of this decentralized infrastructure. Maybe people will start renting their land, so more activity could come, and it hopefully will drive more value ultimately through the utility of land that becomes enabled.
Okay, all right. So I think the last question is that what's the primarily focus for the Sandbox right now, and how can all of the people get involved with the Sandbox?
So our goal is to keep empowering creators, so keep updating Game Maker Vox Edit to enable more creative possibility. We announced a new Game Maker that started to be used more and more by the artists and the designers. That adds like video streaming, audio streaming, more visual effect, more multiplayer. We're going to add more socialization elements and more. And again, like allowing creator to just publish on their own by Q3. That's our main goal. From there, we're confident that we'll get a growing community and we'll be able to iterate even faster. And how people can enter in Sandbox? Very easily, sandbox.game/avatar. You can create your avatar. It's totally free. You don't even need a wallet anymore. And then yes, that's your first step in to enter and explore all those experiences.
Amazing. So get your avatar, get your land, and you will get the tokens to get involved with the Sandbox. Thank you so much, Sebastien, for the interview.
Thank you, Mia.
All right, bye guys.
Bye bye.